What up? What up, America? How are you doing? Hopefully you're safe and you're not on fire. That would be great. Check. And check. That's good. I'm recording this. I will release this as a podcast. Waiting for other Travis to join. Hello.
Here we are.
Hey.
The Travises get together.
Yeah, I'm recording this. I'll put this out as a podcast.
Okay. Do I have to watch my language?
No, you could cunt, bitch, whatever. That's fine. Farts.
Perfect. So just shop talk.
Yeah. So
how you doing?
Pretty good.
First of all, thank you. This, like I said, it's an honor, man. You're the upper echelon of what we do, and what we stand for, and this is cool for me, man. You're the reason why I started doing these live things. So I'm getting my brown nosing out of the way right now. So I want to say thank you. Thanks for having me on and inviting me and showing the love, man.
No problem. I actually invited you on for selfish reasons. I was like, why is ever Travis getting so many views? I gotta jump on board of this. Also,
it's because of you.
You
inspired me to do this. So
it's a circle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's snowballing. These live shows are snowballing. It's cool.
Yeah.
It started. I've been watching you for a long time, but it was you and Brian were talking a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if he was in the airport or if he was.
Yeah, he was in the
hanging out. And Bearded Butcher was on there, Chris from Portland, and kind of in the chat rooms. And I've talked to Chris quite a bit, throughout the 2 years I've been having this, retail butcher page. And I just messaged him. I said, "Hey, you want to go live one of these days?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, it's kind of, not my thing, but it would be kind of cool to go out and chat and kind of figure out what's going on in, the retail shops, and, we can kind of broaden, go, further out and talk to slaughterhouse guys and, all the farmers, things like that, and just kind of see what's going on in this crazy world we're in right now." And it's snowballed. It's kind of, it went from, talking to Chris for 2 hours to, talking to Frank down in LA or, wherever he's down in Southern California. And then it went to San Antonio last week. And then I got the privilege to talk to Norm the Butcher on Thursday. So, and then you messaged me this morning right when I got out fishing. I was like, I had to double take my phone. I'm like, wait a second, what? Huh? Tonight? Yeah, let's do it.
But did you catch anything? Because this morning was
my son caught a nice 2-pounder this morning. It was one of the biggest he had caught. So that made the morning.
What were you guys fishing for?
Largemouth bass.
Okay, so fresh. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of ponds on the island up here. So people fill them with trout and bass and bluegill and perch and some of them have catfish. It's just kind of, you got to know people and go fish them. And this pond's perfect for my 6-year-old to go out. He can walk the whole shoreline all the way around it and just cast. And
nice.
I mean, we're reeling in bass lures today and had turtles following them, and we're jumping bullfrogs all the way around the pond. He's a 6-year-old boy. He's just having a blast. So,
yeah. That sounds great. I love bass fishing. I used to, when I lived in Vermont, smallmouth bass, and we would use a wacky worm where you just hook a rubber worm once through the middle. So, and man, springtime, you'd hit those jakes just coming out, like just hit it perfectly in the shadows of the reeds on the in the river, and it'd be just like, oh, I have some amazing fish that I've caught out there in Vermont. Best fishing of my life. Well,
you're an East Coast guy to begin with, aren't you?
No, I lived out there. I'm originally from Southern California.
Are you?
Yeah, like Santa Barbara, and then. Then I moved to Vermont for work, and then moved to LA, which is weird because I'm watching right now. I got the TV on mute in the background. I'm seeing Fairfax and Melrose burn, and I lived 2 blocks away from there, so that's exciting.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I pray for everybody, man. It's a crazy world we're in. So,
yeah, it's. I have. I don't know that like people want to talk about bad actors and protests and looting. It's just I think this is the manifestation of frustration that we're seeing.
Yeah.
And it comes.
Well, and we're all cooped up in our houses for the last 3 months. So, it's, we needed, the 2 horrible back-to-back things in 2 weeks and, people are pissed now. So but there's a right way and a wrong way of doing it. So,
yeah,
so
it's just crazy. Like,
I don't have TV. I stream everything.
You do?
PlayStation. So I Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff. So I don't get live news. The only live news I get is on my phone.
Okay.
And I'm seeing, everything from Seattle today, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, I get my news.
And I have friends that are down there. I have a guy that's a firefighter. I have friends that live down there that are in the middle of it, and I'm sitting here going, you guys, come on, let's just everybody be safe, please.
Yeah. No, I get my news from a lot of it is I follow like independent journalists on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So like, and then I just see what's going on, like then just get sucked into these, like something will start trending and I'll be like, why is this trending? And then I'll get sucked into this weird hole where then I know everything. Yeah. It's like, it's just almost to the point where my wife will be like, you need to put your phone down because this is awful.
Yeah. And I had a Twitter and I couldn't figure out how to tweet or twat or whatever the fuck it's called. So I just got rid of it. And it's like, okay, I've got 2 followers and I'm following, 500. So it's like, this is not working for me. Goodbye.
Well, the thing is, my Twitter, I probably have 4 followers or 8 followers maybe, but I just use it solely for following news.
Uh-huh.
And just like I don't tweet anything. I just want to see, like, I don't know. It's a dumpster fire, but like
yeah.
But yeah.
Unless you're showing your ass or something, you're good to go. I don't know.
Well, I think it goes like Facebook is the worst form of social media.
Yes.
Then Twitter. And Instagram is the best, even though it's owned by Facebook. But
yeah,
I
do a lot more stuff on my. I don't post shit on Facebook unless it's because I'm up here. My folks are down there, and so it gives them a chance to see and our friends and family that I'm not texting throughout my day to be able to see my kids and whatnot. So, but Instagram is a lot better, I believe.
Yeah,
I like this whole 2 account thing where I could focus on one being, my work, and then the other one kind of focused on being my family. So
yeah, no, I for the longest time, my with my Instagram account, my wife was very adamant about like because in the early days before you could block people and put stuff like that. Yes, I'm drinking a Bloody Mary. You could, I would get random vegans making death threats on me, and I just realized like I don't care if people make death threats on. This is back when I was, more working slaughter and had more garish videos, I guess, or posts. And my wife's like, you can't post anything about your family because you'll lose your shit. You'll hunt someone down.
Oh yeah.
And so for many years, I didn't. And then like my accounts calmed down where I rarely post anything that's actually, I think, would be considered egregious. So I started introducing my son more online. Even though Harrison has his own Instagram. But
I can't do that for my kids or my dog, man. I just can't do it.
well, we did it for Harrison when he was born to just document his life. It's private. It's like 100% private. We talked about that before. Oh, we talked about advice on. Yeah, I remember that. That was years ago. Talked about keeping social media private because of radical vegans or whatever. What I found the main thing is the best way to do it is make it that you could go into the settings and make it so only people who follow you can leave a comment, because those assholes aren't going to follow you.
Yeah.
And like they could think all this shit, they could whatever, but it's like, you know, they're not going to take the extra step to hit follow and then say something horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one guy that I had to block on Instagram. Every post that I would post, he would type in PETA in the comments, or at PETA. And it's like, okay, dude, you're done.
You had one guy?
Huh?
Just one guy?
Yeah, just one guy so far. That's the only guy. I had another guy he was stealing my photos and posting them on his page.
Oh, I've had that before.
Yeah, I called him out, and I don't know what the big deal is. Well, I do.
Yeah, it's like I had that happen on Facebook. This guy started American Butcher page or whatever, and he was like 100% or probably 95% of his actual content was videos of me. Then the rest was selling these shitty, what's the Chinese Amazon called? Alibaba knives. So it's like Alibaba is this website. It's like Amazon in China with no regulations whatsoever. You could buy a fucking boat on it. It's crazy. And not a good
a dead bat full of Corona on it.
Yeah, not like not a good boat either. Like, but all like every once in a while he'd get like, when I discovered it, I was like, "Are you serious?" Because this guy, I was off Facebook for many years just because of a weird argument it got me and my wife, where she's like, "Why is your ex inviting you to her birthday?" And I was like, because she probably just hit invited all friends. Also, we live 300 miles apart, so why does it fucking matter? I'm not gonna.
It's funny because I follow that American Butcher guy on Facebook, and I thought it was you.
Which guy?
That American Butcher guy that you said was taking your.
Well, then I started my own. Is it?
You started your own, but there's another one that's still going around Facebook. It's called the American Butcher.
Yeah.
So, and they post a lot of stuff on there, and I just scroll through it. It's like whatever. It's just shitty pictures and.
Well, then there's a group, American Butcher, that I started solely to just get the name and do nothing else with. And then this one guy just not really took it over, but just started like posting a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah.
And now there's like 3,000 people in it, and I can't go through it and delete them all. I'm just like, oh, fuck, come on, kill me.
Bye-bye. Click.
Yeah. Where is this? How do I get here? Oh, privacy. Okay. Blocked accounts. Okay. Here are all the accounts I blocked.
Jeez. That's crazy. I don't have that problem.
No.
I don't want that problem.
It sucks.
Our big thing with this whole going live thing is we don't want to be, famous or anything like that. We're just out to have fun and bullshit with other meat cutters, and and like I said before, you inspired me to do it, and it's just kind of snowballed. Now we've got a group of 7 or 8 guys all the way around the United States that have a chat room together, and we all bullshit and bust each other's balls all day long. And I've had people text me or DM me, thank you for going live and talking to these other retail guys. It's therapeutic to hear people talk shop. And even my wife has said, my wife's a huge supporter of this whole thing. Yeah. And she's been a huge supporter of my whole meat cutting career. She's my rock. And I came to bed, and one night after, it was either with Norm on Thursday or if it was Lone Star last Thursday, whatever it was. But I came back to bed, and I was tuned up and whatnot. And she goes, it just seems like when you do these live shows or live talks, she goes, you have so much weight lifted off your shoulders, like you just completely vented. And And it's like, yeah, we can do that. And it doesn't feel like we're talking to, a brick wall sometimes, because I can go and I can talk to these guys, and these guys can relate with everything that I'm going through. We can bust each other's balls. We can make fun of each other. We can lift each other up. A lot of us every morning, how's everybody doing today? Halfway through your day.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we had a shitty day or a great day or whatnot, yesterday was a horrible day for me. It's, I was hungover from talking to Norm until, midnight. and Norm's great. I think Norm pretty well.
Yeah.
Didn't you meet him a couple years ago?
Yeah, no, we've hung out in San Francisco, and then he came up here for a Niners game, and then we went out to breakfast. And
did you cough on purpose right there?
No, it was literal. Like, I had to cough.
Just hate the Niners.
Well, Norm knows that I lived. I went from the time I was like 3 until junior high. I lived in the East Bay, so I was a huge Oakland fan.
Oh, okay.
And then,
Frank the Butcher is going to love you for that. So.
What?
Frank the Butcher is going to love you for that one.
Yeah, and then so my rivalry about West Bay versus East Bay came perfectly when I moved up to the Pacific Northwest, because we also do not like the 49ers. Yeah. So it was easy to adopt the Seahawks as a surrogate team.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's but yeah, I mean, these whole live things are awesome. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, we had a horrible day yesterday. It was just busy and, no product, and I ran a spatula through my hamburger grinder, so that was a plus too.
Ooh. Any chips come off? Did you have to throw away grind?
I thought I blew the whole grinder up. I thought it seized up. So what had happened was I got a bone stuck in there. Had to add some fat, and there was a short rib bone in there. Mm-hmm. It just happens, right? Mm-hmm. So got that out. Had to unload, the big freaking Hobart, big drummed hamburger grinders. And my short ass and my legs are hanging in the air, and I'm trying to pull meat out of this thing, and to get the worm out and get everything cleaned up, all back in. Well, I had thrown the spatula in the empty hamburger lug as I was emptying the hopper out, and I put all the meat on top of the spatula and then threw the lug right back in after everything was done, forgetting that the spatula was in there, and handle went right through the worm. And I looked down, I just heard the most god-awful noise. It's like, what in the world? Another bone?
Yeah.
And I open it up and I look down, and I just see the head of the spatula sticking up out of the it had twisted the whole metal piece all down into the worm. I looked at my work partner. I go, oh my God. I go, I think we just blew the grinder up. He goes, perfect. We'll go home. But we cleaned it. We got it cleaned out again, and got the head off of it, the plate, the blade, everything out. And I'm just looking at it going, how the hell am I going to get this thing out of here? It's metal. It's, it's jammed in there. And, my work partner, he goes, get out of the way. He goes, we're going to either blow it up or it's going to come out of there. And he hit the foot switch, and smoke and everything else was coming out, and it came right out, just all in pieces, and cleaned her all out again, and got all the plastic out, and nothing was in the grind that came out beforehand, and it worked out. But it's been kind of a question that's I've been asking people all week, is what's the worst thing you've ran through the meat grinder? So, and I guess I'm asking you that. What's the worst thing that you've ran through a meat grinder on accident? Or have you?
I don't know if it was nothing crazy.
I've seen Sharpies, I've seen pins, I've seen
one time, like through a bowl chopper, like we use a bowl chopper that could hold 300 pounds of trim. Mm-hmm. And it cuts it, and we use it sometimes just as a grinder because it makes great particle definition for sausage.
Is it one like big propeller blade you kind of stick like the carne asada machines? Is that what?
It's like a huge bowl like this, and then it has a like a 6 to 3 blade system, and the bowl rotates into the blades itself.
Oh, wow.
Let me just pull up a picture on the intranet.
Yeah, I've never seen
Bowl chopper. Then I could.
I've seen the long ones, and they have the big propeller blade, and you stick a whole bottom round, top round, whatever, and you can hit the adjustment on how thick or thin you want it, and you hit the button, and it just pushes it right through the propeller blade.
Yeah, no, this is maybe, but this is like here we go. Trying to find a good picture. I'm just seeing these weak ass ones, and I don't use a weak one. So
I'm getting buffalo chopper.
Yeah. So they look like this.
Oh, that's weird. I've never seen them.
This is not the exact model I use, but you dump meat in there, and the bowl spins, and then that's a blade system. So the bowl constantly, so you can make emulsified. It's how you make hot dogs.
Oh wow.
And some of them are huge, where like this is more representative of what we use at my work.
Oh wow.
That one looks like it holds like 500 pounds, but
yeah.
So
sorry, my wife's making a drink, and she was just looking at me like what? Not. That's small. I don't know. Just make a drink.
Make all.
She bought a shaker, and she's worried about the size of it. So.
Oh no! You just fill it up, and then it's magic.
Yeah, just fill it up. Just fill it full of tequila and just pound it.
Also, you got to drink all that because alcohol goes bad. So.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put my wife on TV or on live tonight. I did that last week, and Norm hit on her, so I didn't want
to. My wife, Norm has met my wife, but my wife hates all forms of social media. She doesn't have a she is not on social media at all.
Oh wow.
Unless I post a photo of her, and then she'll log into my account and then just take it down.
Delete it.
Yeah. But yeah, but with these big machines, since we supplement sometimes with trim, we just dump in like a 50-pound box of trim in there that we get from a supplier. And we don't know what's in that trim. Because it came to us. And one time, I have no idea what it was, but we were making hot dogs. And we just heard. Also, Murphy's Law, this was in the middle of a investment tour, right? So there's investors there like, oh, let's see this new equipment. And then I turn on the bowl chopper and go,
oh, yeah.
And then, I knew immediately something was wrong. They didn't know the steps in the process and what the machine was supposed to do. I turned it off, and I was like, all right, we'll move over here, and da-da-da-da. And then I go back, and 2 of my 3 blades were completely broken. And I could not tell you where the metal was or anything like that. They, hit each other. They were all chipped and everything like that. It was a fucking nightmare.
I can only imagine the sound that makes.
It is loud, because the machine is loud enough where you have to wear headphones regardless. And because when you do emulsification, right, and you're making hot dogs, it is chopping, but the speed and the revolutions is so hot that it's like, what is this? Like 1,200 degrees at the tip of the blade hitting the meat, so you have a binding agent in hot dogs, like milk, and then hot dogs are usually 10% ice and fat. So with that hitting the tip of the knife there at that degree, you're changing the structure of the protein to bind with the ice, and that's what gives hot dogs a fluffy texture. So It's spinning at that revolution to create that 1,200 degrees at the tip, that the second that something interferes with that, it just fractured all the blades.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So nothing shot up at you. I mean,
no,
it just all kind of just went down.
No, our thing's enclosed, so nothing could have harmed us.
Yeah, I mean, I've had saw blades snap and things like that, but I've never had anything explode like that before. So.
Yeah, I've snapped splitting blades, and I don't think I've ever snapped a bandsaw blade. I've had them jump off the track a lot of times.
Yeah,
and it's always.
I used to work in Everett.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm from your area. The whole Tulalip, that was like my backyard. So
yeah, you probably went to high school with my wife's cousins, the Ayers.
Yeah, Jennifer Ayers, and there was a Lakewood High School. So I don't know if that's
I don't know.
That's familiar.
Tori Ayers, Kyle Ayers, Brianna Ayers, Chad Ayers. Then their additional.
I remember a couple of Ayers from Lakewood High School that I went to school with. So.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a big name like Bustads or anything like that are around that area. So
yeah, and then there's also.
But I grew up on Lake Goodwin, so it's okay. I mean, sure you know where that's at. So that's where I'm at, or that's where I'm from. So, and my wife and I both graduated from Lakewood High School, not together. She was 2 years behind me. So, so it's kind of funny how we all kind of are, I guess, close in a way, because I've met a couple of people and it's like, well, where are you from? Or they'll DM me. It's like, hey, good job last night, blah, 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 or this and that. And it's like, yeah, man, thanks, man. I'd love to chat with you sometime. Where are you from? Oh, well, I'm from Stanwood, Washington. It's like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
That's like, okay. Let's Eat is a guy that follows us quite a bit. He's in a lot of our live chats. He might be in tonight's live chat, but I thought he was from England.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'm from Del Fox Meats in Stanwood.
Yeah.
And I go, shit. I said, I used to take my deer there.
Yeah, there he is.
When I lived. So there he is. Lake Goodwin is the best. Yeah. He lives on Lake Goodwin too, I think, currently right now. So
yeah, he probably experienced that crazy thunderstorm this morning.
My son and I were out fishing this morning, and we thought it was the jets from Woodby flying over, but it was thunder. Now that we had a couple of rumbles after we had gotten home because we beat the rain home. But yeah, it was some weird weather this morning for sure. It was a weird weather change.
Yeah.
But Blue-Eyed Butchers just said Bobby. He's from Sunnyside, Washington.
Okay.
I think just east of Seattle.
Nice.
So, but he does a lot of great work too. So
well, Pacific Northwest representing.
Yeah, absolutely. What's good in your shop, man? What are you seeing? What are you not seeing? I mean, I know you're out doing videos and things like that, and you're a big advocate for everything that all of us butchers, and I say all of us as in retail, as in farm to table, slaughterhouse guys, smokehouse guys. You've seen us all bitch and gripe and ask questions, and what are you seeing at your shop right now? Shortage, anything like that?
Not a shortage on labor. In the last couple of months, I've had employees out, and then if you just are sick, you're out for 2 weeks. No ifs, ands, or buts. Mm-hmm. Then we had shortages on loins. About 2 weeks in a row, we only got we would order like 140 loins and we get like 15. But that would be made up with trim, where we would get like we would always meet our order on trim and get like 5,000 pounds of pork trim. Mm-hmm. We're pushing out about 2,000 pounds of bacon, raw bellies a week.
Damn.
And
where are you getting all that?
Pure Pure Country. Paul.
Oh, Pure Country.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like some things are light because our supplier has what do you call it? Standing arrangements with like different retailers and stuff. Mm-hmm. But we have we have to get ours as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enough work to keep everyone busy, but also it's like business has changed in the sense where we were doing a ton of wholesale for restaurants and high-end eateries and doing a whole dry age program for restaurants and things like that. But they're not around anymore. Yeah. So we're doing, we picked up some good stuff that I feel good about. Like, great thing about public schools is that there was lunch programs and breakfast programs, and they still need to exist. So we're still continuing with stuff like that and things, which is good for us because we get, good taxes and breaks. And then also we're able to provide something that is locally sourced for them too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Yeah. What about pricing? I mean, has your prices gone up? I mean, as far as what you're buying the stuff for or what you're getting it? I mean,
no, because we have contracts. Like,
oh, do you?
Yeah, where it's like this is like even though the meat may not be there, our prices have to stay the same. Especially because our supplier is also a grower, and so they're in charge in every sense of the word. But also like because they want to meet the demands that they are meeting, they may not be taking their animals to full market size because the demand. So it's like now they're robbing the next week's haul to fill these now growing orders.
Yeah.
So when that continues, like we were getting like super small fucking animals, like just like no fat cap, none of this. And
I remember you commenting on a live feed that we were talking about the shortage of pork or something like that. And I remember you commenting on going, the animals or the product you're getting is going to be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
That was a couple weeks ago or something like that. But I remember that comment. You said, just watch out. Cause I think I was talking about getting our stuff in and having a lot more bark and a lot more trim off of, it's like they're just hammering it out as fast as they can and they can just get it to the customer. And I mean, we benefited off of it because, all that extra, that's on the boneless sirloins or the pork loins, things like that, just go right into sausage and your sausage is your moneymaker. So at least in the retail world it is. So, it worked out on that end, but now we're kind of, I don't want to say leveled out now because we're still getting shorted, but a lot, like you said, smaller product. We're still getting the product from the same people, but now your sirloins are a lot smaller. Your pork loins are a lot smaller with a lot less, fat and, things like that on it. And we're struggling to make sausage. We're getting shit from Draper Valley, chickens, to make chicken sausage instead of pork sausage right now. So
yeah, and the thing is, like, America's not short on meat products. Like,
no,
we have huge meat reserves. What we don't have is
the people to cut it.
Well, that and the reliable infrastructure to get it out of deep freeze. And two, like oil reserves, right? America has oil reserves, and we use them in the 70s. We also have the same with pork, beef, and poultry.
Yeah.
So it's just a logistics thing. It happens.
Lone Star Butcher just said logistics issue.
Yeah, it just happens. Millions of dollars above our head.
Yeah, and it trickles down on us. So
yeah.
So I got to make me a refill real quick. So
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm also going to make a refill, but I got to go inside my house. I'm in my laundry room right now.
Oh, you're in your laundry room, man cave. What is it? What is it?
Well, it's not laundry, I guess, but like also, like there's a bunch of toys right there.
Perfect.
There's Washington D.C. burning. I got 2 freezers right here,
full of seafood.
Yep. Surprisingly.
I know you're a big fisherman, so.
Oh yeah.
Crabber, fisherman, all that stuff. So
I just pulled the whaler out this morning, or pulled it out of the water this morning. Yeah. Flex. Oh, that's my coworker Zach saying that I'm flexing
out of the water.
What?
I would put it in the water.
No, I pulled it out of the water because of the rain. And my coworker Zach is saying that I'm flexing on my 2 freezers. Probably said I'm flexing because I have 2 freezers.
What's that?
I said my coworker.
Out of the water.
Yeah. Someone asked where we're located.
Where are you located, or where am I located?
Where we're located. It's my weight bench.
Well, I'm located in the San Juan Islands. Weight bench you don't use?
Yeah.
San Juan Islands, Washington, Friday Harbor, and we've never met in person, but shit, we're half hour from each other whenever I get off the ferry. So
yeah, I live in Tulalip, Washington, which is, I don't know, Marysville. People sometimes call it, or like it's we have the same post office, but certainly not Marysville. I live on the Indian reservation, so
yeah, it's the other side of the tracks.
Yeah, but in the good part of town.
Yeah, I don't even know what the good part of town is anymore, man. My mom lives up behind Cedar Crest Golf Course off of 88th there, so that's where I'm at most of the time. And my dad lives in Everett. And like I said, I grew up, in between Kayak Point and Lake Goodwin. So, but we used to cruise through the res all the time, man. So
yeah,
boom city back there and everything. So.
Oh fuck yeah! No, Kevin McCann's quoting me because what was it? I forget the contact. Oh no, I was interviewing Jess Prowls on my on the Meat Block, and I said we should do an interview in the morning so we could both drink together because I just got off work. And she said, "What do you mean you're going to drink at like 6 a.m?" And I was like, "I live on the beach. I could do what I want." Like,
attaboy. Yeah. I did that with Dave Colbert from God, he's in England. I can't remember, Warwick, England.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you follow him or seen his work or not. He's a hell of a meat cutter. But I wanted to get alive with him because he puts out an amazing product, and a lot of those guys from England, man. Norm and I talked about this the other night, how just ahead of the game they are. It's like they put out just this amazing product from these old mom and pop butcher shops, and Dave's he puts out an amazing product. And I was talking to him this morning going, we need to figure this out on how we can, do this with you being in England and me being in Washington. And I made the comment, it's like, I'm going to have my cocktails while you're having your coffee and going to work. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of this touch and base on these live things is trying to figure out a schedule too. Because we're talking to a lot of people from, we used to doing these late ones, like right now with you, we're sitting pretty, we're 9 o'clock at night, and there's Adam, who just went on live with Frank's from LA, Adam's from Cleveland. There's a 3-hour difference there.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Lone Star Butcher from San Antonio last week, and so there was a big difference there. He's at the 8 o'clock, I'm at the 5 o'clock, and so it's big. So I'm juggling kids, dinner, just getting out of work, and things like that. And you know, and trying to do a live feed and be, you know, have a serious conversation too. So
yeah, no, my and then what? Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that I got message from Wes Walker out of Alberta, Ontario tonight too, and we're planning on a live talk next week. So
nice.
But yeah, this thing is pretty much snowballed, and it's a big therapy session. So we love it. So
yeah. So Frank's not from LA; he's from Coachella Valley. That's like 100 miles away.
I can't figure out where he's at. So
that's like saying you're in. That's like saying we're from Bellingham.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, fuck Frank, anyways. So.
Yeah, no. Like my time frame with recording and everything is when my son's asleep because he just wants to be a part of everything. You know this. You have children. Yeah. They just want to know everything. And so. It's like, all right, he goes to sleep around 8. Maybe I could fuck my wife. If not, I'll go live at 9. So
Wes just called me out. Alberta and Ontario are 2 different provinces, but I forgive you. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
I tried. I just know you're on mountain time, so it works. 1 hour difference. So, but yeah, man, this whole thing is just crazy. Like I said, I'm so blessed to be able to do this live thing. And, you know, I was so scared. I always hate videotaping myself. And it's like, you know, I was insecure just starting a meat cutting page.
Mm-hmm.
And, it blew up. And, you know, you started following me and you had the Meathead was it the Meathead podcast?
Meat Block podcast.
Meat Block, yeah. And you had a podcast I hit you up on a long time ago. It was about substance abuse.
Oh, yeah. I
forget who you're talking to about it. And it was one of those that just kind of fucking hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing I knew, I was your meat cutter of the week. And just this whole page just exploded, you know, and not exploded, but it was like, wake up the next day and it's like, you have 180 new followers in one night. It's like, what? Huh? Oh, what? Okay, this is cool. You know, and, you know, I just kept it rolling and just kept it in. And now I'm at this point, you know, two years later, and, you know, we all have to start somewhere. And a lot of us are, go ahead.
I was saying,
yeah, dude, he's back in Cleveland. He's been drinking like 9%, 10% plus beers all night since like 5 o'clock with Frank. So he's probably pretty tuned up.
Oh yeah. Hey, just so you know,
they had a great online, or they had a great live chat tonight. So
Adam, Adam from Cleveland, did you ever watch the hastily made Cleveland tourism videos? If not, YouTube that shit because it is hilarious.
He's been busting our balls about the Indians and Browns all night. So
okay, yeah, no, there's this great video made by 2 guys from Cleveland, and it is amazing because like 10 years ago, Cleveland spent like $200,000 to make like a tourism video. Some guy's like, I could do that for like super cheap, and the videos are just like, come look at both of our buildings. Like it's just like not that great.
Oh, he said he's seen them.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Do you deal with customers a lot, or are you just kind of out the door and to retail shops?
I don't deal with the general public. I used to when I worked in LA. I used to work at high-end boutique butchery. And we call them meat stylists. Yeah. And we would do like this beautiful stuff that didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And I deal with customers. I deal with entitled people. I deal with I don't know. I know how to deal with customers. I know how to put it on. I know how to put on that happy face. I know how to be like, hi, welcome to this chicken is from Happy Valley Ranch. These chickens are, fed this, and like, oh, what kind of cut are you looking for? How many people are you going to have? How many, like, I'm very good at that, but I fucking hate it because the whole time I'm thinking in my head, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, because I view work as, for me, I need to focus on what's directly in front of me. I couldn't shift out of that when I was working retail. So, and what wasn't directly in front of me was filling my case.
Yeah.
And keeping it full and not having a bullshit conversation with someone that was taken away from that. So I'm very much behind the scenes. Yeah, like,
and I've kind of noticed that with your posts and things like that. I've always wondered if you had just kind of maybe a service counter. I mean, I don't know if you've been into any, I guess, local places where you're at, like a Savannah Meats or a Del Fox, where you can go in and buy, you can go buy 3 or 4 T-bones. You can go buy pepperoni sticks. You can go buy, beef jerky or whatnot. I just didn't know if it was a place like that, because I always tried to figure out, because I'm pretty good with, the area of where you're at, but it's like, you say you're in Burlington. It's like, okay, Burlington. Okay. I used to run the old Thrifty Foods there, where AutoZone used to be on
next to
the main
7-Eleven.
Right, right by 7-Eleven. Yep. And right across the street from the high school.
Yeah. And, you are less than a block away from my business.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. The cold storage place?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're across the railroad.
It's like an ice cream storage kind of area.
Yeah, we're across
behind. Is it behind Thrifty Foods? Kind
of. And there was that big pallet area where they just stored like thousands and thousands of pallets.
Yep.
We're right there.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're simple. You're right there in the heart of town. Then.
Yeah, we're just in an industrial building.
Would you call it the heart of town, or would you call it the bowels of town? I mean,
I don't know. I just call it the industrial side of town.
Yeah. What's worse now, Mount Vernon or Burlington?
I don't know. That dude got shot in his head like a couple months ago across the street from my work.
Really?
So that was pretty.
I didn't
weird.
hear about that.
Yeah.
Man, we've had shoplifters, go through there quite a bit when I was running it. And I told that story with Frank. This guy was 6'2". He had, his jacket sleeves were stapled up, and asked me to cut 10 ribeyes for him. And, when I went back to go cut them for him, he cleaned my counter out, and then, had rubber bands around his ankles with, cutting his pants off, and, had, steaks and beers down his pants, and was running out the store. And, it was just crazy stuff. But, I couldn't imagine working off island anymore. So it's just weird for me. I love where I'm at. So,
yeah.
So my big thing is my customers, and we're pretty local, but right now it's just crazy because everything's just shut down. So, so we should be right in the heart, pretty much the middle of tourism season, but you got 4th of July closed, you've got all the events closed, and the fairs closed, and all that stuff, and so it's all the hotels right now, and you can't even have any day mortgage in the ports right now. So
yeah,
it's either fuel up or get the fuck out is basically what it is, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we're pretty much shut off. Our company has said, if you have any essential travel or non-essential travel off island, you have to jump on the ferry and go. We recommend you have 2 weeks off. So that's where our company's at. So the whole county of all the islands is under any public place. You have to walk in with a mask.
Yeah.
I don't know how that is down there, but I hear the gist of it from my folks. My dad works at Angels of the Winds Casino, and so he hears all the rumors through the casinos and everything. But Snohomish County is it's kind of a scary spot right now.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen here in the next couple of weeks with the casinos opening up and what have you. So,
well, just historically, with the Spanish flu and other pandemics, it's like, this is the first wave. It's like,
absolutely.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but today alone,
you're a realist, dude. You see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, today alone was the highest new cases in Washington in the last 4 weeks.
Really? I didn't hear that.
So
I didn't hear
that. And then also mix that in Washington, and we had no assemblies of 10 people or more, and we had 5,000 people demonstrating in downtown.
Wow.
And a lot of them are wearing masks or whatever, but you just got to think about, we're not out of it. Like, no. I also think
the thing is, like I said, that's my hometown. That county is my backbone, so I see the writing on the wall. I hear it from my old man who, like I said, works at Angels, and that was the first casino opened up in, the whole state. And, the way I'm seeing it is our governor's looking at it and going, yeah, we're going to open up everybody else. But I think it's Snohomish County is the guinea pig of the whole state right now to see how things are going to roll. Yeah. But with the whole reservation thing and the casinos and whatnot, they're their own nation. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to. Yeah. They don't have to close down if they don't want to.
Yeah. Tulalip opened up this week.
Yep. Yeah. And I heard people were out there smoking in there and no masks and Angels went in and spied on them and kind of saw what was going on. Angels is clean as shit. They went completely smoke free.
I would gamble more if casinos were smoke free.
Well, yeah. Smoke free and poker rooms.
Yeah.
So bring back the poker rooms. Don't fill them with slot machines. Yeah. I understand that's the moneymaker, but man, I want to play some poker when I come off island. So I don't want to go to these underground poker rooms. So, yeah, man, you guys are wearing masks all day long at work, aren't you?
Yep. Have been for 2 months now.
Yeah.
Or
and
longer.
No positive tests. I know you got tested, right?
Yeah, I got tested. An employee of mine's pretty sure he had it, but it was in the very beginning when tests weren't available. And he stayed home for 2 weeks. Then
is that with pay or is that with just does your company pay you if you go home for 2 weeks? And
no, but there's things I don't know. It didn't happen to me, but
yeah, no, I feel you.
But there are systems put in place for someone to collect unemployment during that time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
For somebody's not using their vacation time or PTO or anything like that.
And my company was also letting people go negative on PTO to help them out. But personally, my personal convictions is that PTO should be for actual personal time. I actually hate the fucking phrase PTO. There should be sick pay. There should be vacation pay, because why should I use my PTO if I'm sick, or why should I use that? It pisses me off on so many things. And that, like, I also believe that there should be good faith in a company, that they should be like, hey man, we want you to get better. Times are hard. Yeah. We will.
I'm blessed with the company that I work for. It's, a lot of grocery stores and a lot of small markets are, they're like that, to where, okay, we're going to give you this, but after that, it's done.
Yeah.
And the company I'm at is, put my meat wrapper, for example, she's in her mid-50s. She's had breast cancer twice. Mm-hmm. She's had a full bone marrow transplant and blood transfusion. And she still comes in and works 40 plus hours a week. Mm-hmm. She's a hell of a woman. And once this whole thing went down, she was one of the first person to get pulled in the office and go, you're done. You're done for 2 weeks. We'll pay you. we'll give you 2 weeks and we'll pay it for you. You're not going to use your vacation. You're not going to use your sick pay. It's all on us. 2 weeks was up and we were still dealing with all the shit. And they go, nope, you're not coming back. We'll pay you for another 2 weeks. So she got over a month of, free pay through the company. Granted, and if you followed our live, story or feeds in the past, is we have 2 stores on the island. They're owned by the same person. We have a small shop downtown that's basically tourist based, and then we have a bigger store where I'm at that's locally based. It's more like a box store. And it's the owner's making money. He's we've all had our panics. We've all had our toilet paper aisle has been empty since this whole thing started. So
that's why everyone needs a bidet.
Everybody just go get a garden hose and just wash it out.
Well, it's just if I had a piece of shit on my hand, I'm not going to just use a dry piece of towel to wipe it off.
Just put a glove over it. Yeah. But they've taken care of us. They've taken care of our employees. We have one gal that's got COPD. We've got, our checkers at our box store are, 60 plus. And, but the owner of our company also owns the biggest brewery, that around, and he has, 25, 30 employees. So with the older people that got put on, the 2 week break or month break or whatnot, with pay, he brought the brewery employees in, trained them how to check, trained them how to stock, trained them how to, and became grocery employees, and still gave those people, employment opportunities. He's given all of us, raises, different raises throughout the different, positions throughout the company. And he gave, us meat cutters, $200 every 2 weeks for groceries and gift cards. Here's a gift card for $200 every 2 weeks. Here's, for a month and a half straight, or 2 months of paychecks. It was $200, $200, $200, $200. Here you go. So he's a good man. He takes care of his employees. So I'm gonna yell at my dog. Shut up. Shut up. Went through puberty right there.
Oh.
My wife just made fun of me. Shut up, Norm. But yeah, man, employees are, and you're a huge advocate on, and a supporter of us going through, all the shit we've been going through, as far as don't give up your hazard pay, don't give up your raises, don't give up your bonuses, don't, and man, thank you for that, because we need to have somebody big on our side to where, they can speak up. Norm last week, Norm speaks very highly of you and Brian. Like I think you said when you were talking to Brian the other day, is how many apprentices has Brian taught in his whole career? I mean, it's that guy. He's got my. I want to talk to Brian too. Man, you guys, like I said, to us are the upper echelon of what we're doing, and we thank you for it. So
no.
because you've got me doing this now, and then you've got all these other guys. Now we've got group chat rooms that we all chat in. We all talk to each other. We all vent on each other. We all make fun of each other. Now that Instagram has this thing, and I don't know if you've seen it, to where you can get 4, 5, 6 people all together in one chat room. It's not live, but it's a video chat. It's almost like a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
And we've all talked about getting together with that. Our chat room is called the Butcher's Lounge.
Nice. Well, we got 25 more seconds, and then it's going to cut us off because
25 more seconds. Okay.
And then I'm going to make another
you want to
drink.
Keep it going, or?
Yeah, I'm going to make another drink and go pee, and then we'll keep going. Okay. I'm going to end it.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
Check, check, check. Check. Hello. Hello, everybody. Where's other Travis? How old is other Travis? Can I call him Travis too? Was I born first? Just waiting to connect with him.
So I was looking back to the comments on the first one, and they were calling you Papa Travis, and they were calling me Little Travis.
Oh, okay. I didn't read any.
I'm 35 years old.
Okay, so I am older.
Yeah. So Papa Travis.
These are pretty good. Someone said these Bloody Marys look pretty good. They are.
Yeah, I'm drinking Moscow Mules. So
it's my second choice. I make them in my industrial slushy machine that I got. Right there.
Oh, man.
What is empty right now?
Oh, well. Next time I come off, we're going to have to fill that thing up.
Yeah.
Go catch some crab, barbecue on the beach.
I'm down. I'm down like a clown. Charlie Brown.
I've had more s'mores than Brian. So.
Oh, good.
So
yeah. Oh no, we were talking about my.
What were we talking about?
Wages. My advocate for it, just in like
the hazard pay and everything.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a Marxist or anything like that, but I do truly believe. Hey, the Sklar brothers are here. Jason and Randy Sklar.
Nice.
I don't
naked. So.
I don't consider myself Marxist in any way whatsoever, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I do support the working class in the sense of that people need to be compensated appropriately with a living wage. So talking about retail butchers and retail workers putting their lives on the line or being essential workers or being quote unquote heroes, they need to never. It shouldn't take a pandemic to treat people fairly.
100%.
And it's like, back in the 80s, butchers could make, enough money with a pension to support a nuclear family. And there's many factors that make it so we can't do that now. But it's just sad that, like a lot of people are like, what could I do? I want to become a butcher. I want to do this. Number one question I get asked is, what could I do to become a butcher? Right. And it's just like, I don't know why. It's like, I want people to have good quality of life. And unfortunately, we live in a society where money is a huge factor in that. And money in this industry, because our margins are so tight with the cost of food, it's hard to gear someone to be like, give them advice they want to hear. For me.
Yeah.
So when anytime someone with this hazard pay and the stuff like this, it's like, you look at electricians, you look at HVAC people, you look at all these people, all these other trades.
Work for anybody like that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're making what they deserve. And what we do is falls in line so much with a necessity and a need and a skill and a trade. That
my father was a construction worker in Seattle for his whole career. He's he's in his mid-50s now, and he's fully retired. He's done it since he was 18 years old. He's built him, my grandfather, and my uncle have built so many buildings in Seattle. They from the skyscrapers to anything down low, and I we've all seen our dad's paychecks. We all know what they make and whatnot, and for my dad to be able to retire fully at 56 years old, with a union. I'm non-union. I don't know if you're non-union, but
I'm non-union. Yeah,
you're non-union.
I was against the union for many years.
I started out in the union. I did a unionized apprenticeship through the food pavilions and cost cutters, and through Mount Vernon and Burlington, and Anacortes was my main hub. But I did the full unionized apprenticeship, so I can virtually go anywhere. If I decide to leave Friday Harbor, I can virtually go anywhere. So that I have that for me, and I tell a lot of my off island friends and that are starting up in apprenticeships. I have one right now that's, he's 23 years old and went into a grocery store and looking for a job right now. And they said, all we have is a meat cutting apprenticeship. And I work with his dad here in Friday Harbor, and, he's off island in Bellingham working at Safeway as an apprentice. And I reached out to him right away. Hey man, you need any advice, any kind of topics whatsoever, any kind of help, any, whatever you need as far as, working in the meat department. I said, call me. Don't hesitate. If you have a question, if you're pissed off, if you're, excuse me. We've all been an apprentice. We've all, I had this discussion with Norm on Thursday was, the big thing being up here on an island is the quote is anybody can cut meat. And I've always hated that quote. I've always said, no, not everybody can cut meat. You have to have the attitude. You have to have the skill set. You have to have the desire to be able. And Norm called me out on it. He goes, no. He goes, everybody can cut meat, but not everybody can cut meat like you can. And that's what pisses you off, is the fact that you don't want to bring somebody in and them not care or, care about the product they're putting out, care about the customer they're selling it to. Because being here, if you sell a shitty steak, it's going to trickle down. They're going to go, oh, I bought this shitty steak at and they're going to tell their friend, and that person's going to tell their two friends, and this person's going to tell that person. And I have a pretty good reputation up here of putting out a pretty damn good product. And people come to me, they message me on Instagram. They, I have a good following of Islanders that, follow me here, and they'll message me for anything, cooking advice. How do I cook a brisket? How do I cook a chuck roast? How long do I, cook a whole chicken? Or can I get 4 tri-tips on Thursday? Can I get a 5-pound chuck roast on Friday? Can I get 3 briskets? It's just things like that this whole social media platform has. I don't like calling it a platform, because I don't, like I said, I'm not out to be rich and, or to be famous, or to have the social or the blue check mark, next to my name, whatever. It's not what I'm out for. I'm out for my customers. I'm out to put out a good product. I'm out now for these people that are watching these videos. And, my whole focus is like mental health right now. It's like, man, we're all struggling. And we don't have that outlet right now to be able to talk to somebody. Yeah, we all have husbands, wives, girlfriends, partners, whatever in life. But how much do those people in our lives understand what we're really going through? And with you talking to Brian and you talking to these other peoples, and I kind of jumped on it. I kind of jumped on your coattails, I guess, in a way, because, like I said, I've always been a fan of yours, and kind of rolled with it, and kind of reached out to these guys, and saw who look through the comments and go, okay, who's commenting the most? Who's going through the most shit right now? Who's dealing with some mental things that I could reach out to and say, hey man, let's chat. It doesn't have to be a live thing. It doesn't have to be live, because a lot of people don't like talking in front of people. They feel like it's just a conversation between 2 guys, or a guy and a girl, or 2 girls, and it's eavesdropped on. But with me and you talking, who knows who's out there right now going, God damn, he's right. Or God damn, I'm going through the same shit. Or, what, I can't vent to anybody else too. Let me reach out to this guy and go, hey man, let's chat on what's going on in your neck of the woods. my big thing is that if I'm sitting here and these guys joke because I always say that I'm on an island, and I am on an island, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of our new viewers don't know that, and these guys always bust my balls. How many times is Travis going to say he's on an island tonight? And but on my end of it is I look at these guys like Frank, like Bearded Butcher, who's in Portland. Lone Star, who's in San Antonio, Norm, who's in the heart of San Francisco, and worked his whole life in San Francisco. I mean, that guy has bounced around the Bay Area. I mean, Norm was a great chat. I loved talking to Norm, and kind of get a different perspective, because if those guys are getting shorted pork loins or baby backs or center cuts or whole loins, whole bone and loin, pork butts, anything like that, if they're getting shorted, it makes me look on my end like, fuck, we might be screwed here in the next couple of weeks, because if San Francisco's getting shorted this, if, north or south of LA is getting shorted, San Antonio is getting shorted, Portland, Seattle, Stanwood, Tulalip, you guys are all seeing, a crazy roller coaster ride of product, whether you get it or not, is going to affect me, quite a bit. So, like I said, this whole, I think of it as a mental health thing, because it gives us a break. I've had a lot of people comment and go, this is therapeutic. It's, you guys hit the nail on the head tonight. Yeah. You guys drank a bunch of beers and drank a bunch of cocktails, but it was from the heart. It was honest. It was, you guys joked around and bullshitted and busted each other's balls, but shit, man, and I hate the term that we're all in this together, but we are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are living different lives. A lot of people are in different situations. A lot of people are working a hell of a lot more hours, making a hell of a lot less wage than others. And a lot of people are working a lot less and making a hell of a lot more wage than others. So, but I'm out there to just try to make everybody just kind of, okay, I can vent, I can chill, I can talk to this person and feel comfortable. So,
yeah, I get that. I the world's weird. Everything's moving fast. We woke up, and today I thought the craziest thing about my day was going to be a thunderstorm. Let alone Nordstrom's and downtown's on fucking fire.
Yeah. And I've got family that works down there in a shoe department, man. It's just crazy. They posted pictures tonight going, this is where I work. And there's a burning police car right out in front of the front door.
Yeah. So like, and to offer, like, with me, I always, like, with mental health and whatever, I'm candid to a flaw where I will make someone uncomfortable when I talk about my mental health.
Yeah.
Just because
we've gone through this shit, dude. I've seen your conversations. I've heard your podcasts. Like I said, this is why I do this shit. So it's just to let people vent. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, like, it I don't know. Up until this week, I felt like social media was a distraction and super healthy for escaping from the stress of COVID and work and things like that. And then we essentially just saw, like, this week everything changed when some dude was just killed for no reason on camera. And that, like I'm processing it in a very weird way. We
all do. We all process it different, man.
Yeah. Where I'm just thinking, like, dude, this, like, I don't know if this is true or not, but with the one African American person at my work, well, that's true. I do work with one guy. But he was telling me that his cousin, once removed, was George Floyd, and he's African American, and which is rare in Skagit County, in Skagit. There's probably 4, and he I have no idea. He's upset, and he's how do I deal with this? Being selfish and making it about me. How do I, when it's what do you need from me? Is how I should really approach it, I guess. But no, I think these conversations, even talking about, work and the shortages and the stress and the hazard pay. I don't know, the 14 people that are in here now, let 13. Us know.
13. One left. 14. Oh, no, we're back up to 14. Okay.
If you have any questions or just tell us an anecdote about because you've heard us talk, the Scalars left. I looked at that. If you guys didn't know, the Scalar brothers were in here earlier. That was pretty exciting. Also, Adam Danforth was.
I lost it for a second.
Oh, I'm back. Adam Danforth was in here before earlier, but he left as well. So,
not a fan. There's a couple of questions that I like to ask in my live things, and Beans, we have you here, the king of meat. Look at it; it's just pounding a Bloody Mary right now. Jeez. Attaboy. God, I just got heartburn watching that.
Oh.
you got to get it fuller like me. It's a greenhouse just underneath that mask. It's just
no. I don't know. I don't wash as often, and I don't like smelling pussy with my mask on all day. So,
fuck me. So okay, you caught me off. You're making me blush. I do have a couple of questions for the American Butcher, because you have worked all over this nation. You've worked with some great meat cutters, and a lot of people. You have a great following. If you could cut meat with anybody that follows you that you haven't, or that you're a fan of, not even that you follow, that you know. If you could cut meat with anybody, one person in the world, who would Travis Stockstill cut meat with, or love to cut meat with? It's a hard question to ask, because I got asked that question too a couple of weeks ago, and it took me a couple of days. It's like I have to think about this.
I don't know how many Facebook guys are on here, but Nick from New Zealand, he has a slaughter truck, Nick Kill Service.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, I'll look him up.
Does he have an Instagram or no?
No, it's mostly, it's all Facebook and YouTube. Nick Custom Kill. New Zealand. He is insane. It's not. I'll just try to find one of his videos real quick. They're fucking. It's not cutting meat. It's just he has no wasted motions when it comes to doing. It's all slaughter.
Okay. Is it a mobile unit, or is it just a?
It's a custom exempt
farm to table, or
custom exempt, custom exempt farm kill.
Okay.
Nick Farm Kill New Zealand. Try to find it on YouTube.
He doesn't have an Instagram or anything like that.
No, it's all YouTube. But this guy is
A lot of these guys are commenting on it. They've seen those kill trailers. Amazing.
It'd be this guy right here.
Oh yeah, fast. Look at that. And I bet being from New Zealand, he's using those victory blades too. So.
Yeah. That's his cradle right there.
Really?
Yeah. It'll kick the other one closer. Just watch this shit. I used to work at a farm with one of those when I do slaughter.
See, that's the thing is I've always been a box cutter. I've never done the full slaughter besides, you know, my venison and, you know, my wild game and things like that. Is I want to get that's the one thing that I would love to learn more of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another question I'm going to ask is you've done it all.
Yeah.
I mean, what more is there to learn for the American butcher out there? I mean,
well, there'll never be a point in my time where I say that I know it all.
Yeah. Man, he just makes that look so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. Surgical.
Yeah, like, look at this. And using just weight and body weight.
Oh, yeah.
No wasted knife moves.
No, not at all. I follow the PA Butcher from Pennsylvania. He sold me my victory knives, and he posts a lot of stuff like this too. He's very, very good at what he does also.
Yeah. Just look at these.
Out of Pennsylvania. Man.
Just these skinning techniques are so good.
If I could skin a deer like that, I'd be just pumping them out left and right. Look at that. Just flawless. And we know how much, you know, cowhides are. Is just I've been a part of. I've watched a mobile kill unit, and I've watched the owner of the mobile kill unit go crazy on his apprentice for gouging the hides of them cows.
Yeah,
that's where we make our money. God damn it! You know, just going crazy on him. Like you cut into that hide, I'm gonna fire you right now. Just going crazy. So, but that is totally surgical right there. Did that in 2 minutes. Just skinned out a whole cow in 2 minutes.
Yeah. No, so like, yeah, I'd love to learn from him.
Brian is here. Brian showed up.
Brian Mayer. We're just watching.
I see. I talk about cutting up deer, and Brian shows up.
Yeah.
So. Another question is, I know your kind of hobbies out of work, and you love fishing and crabbing and things like that, just living on the water. But what do you do outside of work besides being a father? Mm-hmm. And we've chatted on my personal page about, you know, water slides for our kids and things like that. And you're a damn good father. So you know, your boy is lucky to have you in his life. So be proud of that. But what are your hobbies besides, you know, fishing and crabbing and being all around good dad? What do you like to do? Or do you have time to do anything? You know, you're a busy man too. So
yeah, I don't have that much time, but I recently got a 12-foot fishing kayak. That I'm starting to take out. Starting to just try to go fishing a lot more.
Yep.
Trying to just enjoy music and listen to a lot of just try to, I don't know, like a couple months ago, I was trying to just watch or listen to more vinyl that I had.
I know you're a big music guy.
Yeah, I love music.
Yep, so am I.
And then just that the time is, I wake up at a certain time, I work out for a certain time, then I go to work, and then I come home, and then I eat, and then it's bedtime, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We joke around at work going coffee, water, vodka, repeat.
Yeah.
Brian wants to know, he's on the fence between a kayak and a paddleboard. What are our thoughts? Kayak you can fish out of. I don't know about a paddleboard. I mean, if you hook a big fish on a paddleboard, you're going to go for a ride.
Well, Brian, I have both.
And we're not fishing in Hawaii. We're fishing, we're not hooking sharks and, manta rays and shit like that. We're hooking salmon, lingcod, a couple of eels, or two, but we're not catching that exotic stuff that you're sitting on out there. But kayak would be my thing.
Yeah, mine would be a kayak. I have a paddleboard. I fucking hate it. Oh, well.
Do you?
I don't hate it. I just prefer to kayak.
Yeah.
My wife likes
kayaks
it.
are more. You could do more with a kayak. You could do more with a canoe. Just you can go bass fishing and trout fishing on a canoe.
Paddleboard's like a flaccid surfboard. It's just...
and you can't get drunk on a. You just can't get drunk on one.
Yeah.
You fall in the water, you're done.
I like my kayak because I'm going to hook up a trolling motor to it soon because I'm lazy.
I'll sell you a boat. I got a 16-foot boat and I got a 12-foot boat. Which one you want, Trav? I'll bring it down to you.
Well, I
got aluminum and a fiberglass. What do you want?
Well, I already have a 14-foot boat.
You got the whaler.
Yeah, the whaler, and it's 14-foot, 25 horse. And then I have a 10-foot paddle boat, then a 10-foot rowboat, 38-foot boat haul that's just sitting in my fucking driveway or backyard. I have a...
Frank says he's scared of flipping over my fat ass and can't get out. Yeah. Frank, you just shouldn't be on a paddleboard or a canoe or a kayaker.
Harvesting pigs, captive bolt versus rifle versus what?
That's all you, bud. That's a you question right there.
It would be in this order: electric stunning.
Brian just said electricity.
If you look at the Double D electric stunner manual, there's pictures of me in it. And then second would be a rifle. My last resort would be a captive bolt. Yeah.
Oh. Nope, I got you.
Yeah.
Shirtless. What's that mean, Brian?
That's how I do everything, except for right now I'm short. Right now I'm wearing a shirt.
I'm not wearing pants, so that's just where I'm at right now.
Oh, good. You shouldn't be.
I got one more question for you. What's your favorite thing to cut and why? I ask these questions in every live chat that I've done. So, what you've cut it all, but what do you enjoy cutting and why do you enjoy cutting it?
I would have said beef for many years, but I rarely get to cut lamb.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say lamb. It's been 6 months since I've cut anything on a lamb. It's been over 2 years since I've touched a carcass of a lamb.
Lamb. You guys don't do any lamb in your shop?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Last time I cut a lamb.
I love cutting lamb. I love cutting small. That's why I'm a big fan of Brian, because the whole venison thing is.
Yeah.
I love cutting venison. I love cutting lamb. I just like making it look nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not only for the price point, because you're paying out of the ass for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like making lamb look nice. I like cutting up deer for my friends that they go, damn man, he does a hell of a good job. Whether it's gutting it or skinning it or, breaking it down, it's my friends and family. They just look at me in awe, going, man, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm hitting you up with a lot of questions on your own podcast. So, but I like to get to know the people that I'm talking to also.
Oh, no worries. What's your favorite protein?
Man, to be honest with you, I always look forward to deer season. Mm-hmm. I really do. Your occasional orca whale. I mean, they just, sometimes, sorry, that's not very nice. I'm going to get a lot of ration of shit for that between the 8 people that are watching.
Yeah. 9 people.
But, no, venison, man, I love cutting rib steaks, rib eyes, T-bones, any kind of saw. I love saw work.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it. It's just therapeutic for me. If I can just be on the saw all day long, whether it's cutting pork chops or T-bones or short ribs or anything like that, I just love the saw work.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Norm the same question the other night, and I had said seafood. And, a good Copper River King or a great Columbia River King, Alaskan Troll King, a great halibut, a great tuna, because to go back to where we're owned by, the same person with 2 different stores. The 2 stores are different.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 9 years of my time here on the island at the downtown store where they had the fresh seafood. Where I'm at now is a straight meat cutting, your pork, chicken, frozen fish. The only added value stuff we do is our stuffed pork sausage, stuffed chicken sausage, and we sell the shit out of our bulk sausage.
Mm-hmm.
So we take pride in that, and that's kind of where I've taken pride in is our sausage making. I've hit a lot of people up for different recipes. Bearded Butcher. There's a guy over in England. I can't remember what his name is. Excuse me, but he puts out a hell of a sausage. I'll have to remember what that was. But I miss seafood. Mm-hmm. I miss filleting salmon. I miss filleting halibut. I miss, cutting great ahi, portions or albacore portions, things like that. It's, that's kind of where I love deer season. I look forward to deer season. I make extra money during deer season, whether it's cash money, whether it's beer, whether it's a bottle of vodka, whether it's, going out to the farm and breaking down a couple of pigs for some people or making some sausage for some people. And I'm always about learning.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked on a private farm and, I've broken down a couple of pigs. I've been asked to come back and make some sausages, things like that. And I've always been asked, well, what do you want to do this? I mean, how much do you want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's no, the education is, I'm here to learn. You're giving me your kitchen space. You're giving me your shop space. You're giving me your walk-in coolers, your walk-in freezers. You're giving me free hand on, free will on anything that I want to do.
Yeah.
And what I want to make for your client. And it's, I have the trust in not only that person, but I have the trust in the farm hands too, to go and do what I want to do. So So that's kind of where I'm at. Is I don't have the education of breaking down beefs. I don't have the education of breaking down, whole pigs or, things like that. I mean, I hate cutting up chicken. I hate cutting up turkeys. I hate, I hate anything poultry. I really do. I love my saw work and I love making sausage. That's kind of where I'm at. So,
yeah.
And I love my small game as far as my lamb, my sheep, my deer. So that's kind of where I'm at. So,
yeah, no, I like poultry every once in a while.
I hate fucking poultry.
Poultry. I haven't cut poultry for a case in 5 years. So
yeah. You just deal with beef and pork, don't you?
Yep. And it is easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
If I ever leave the island, I'm going to come work for you.
Well, we're hiring, and I think Zach and my coworker Chad were in this room. You guys are fired. So
perfect. I'll take their wages.
They're terrible.
Me and you will split their wages. Well, you can have more. It's like an 80-20.
Well, Zach's good. Chad, you're awful.
Norm, you love cutting chicken. Why? Why do you love? Man, come on. Poultry is quick, at least. No, it's gross. Stop.
Yeah, poultry is quick when you have one. When you have I used to kill 1,700 birds in a day.
No, that's not fun.
That sucked. But
my partner, my work partner and I, we always joke because we've been getting shorted our organic chicken or our Foster Farms chickens. Mm-hmm. We make our sausages out of Draper Valley Farms chickens, and we all know that there's positive tests, and pretty much kind of everywhere we go. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I just fucking hate chicken, man. As much as we sell it, it's like, fuck, I just hate chicken.
Yeah. So, you got the COVID positive tests in Draper Farms too.
Oh yeah. Well, we come out of Mount Vernon just like you guys do. Yeah. Well, you guys don't do it, but we get all our Draper Valley chicken. Have you ever toured that plant?
No, but I do know that they've had multiple COVID positives.
Mm-hmm. And that's the shitty thing is about this whole COVID thing is getting these outsourced products, mm-hmm. and you see the headlines. Oh, COVID lasts on cardboard for 24 to 36 hours, but you're getting shit from Foster Farms. You're getting shit from Draper Valley. You're getting shit from Washington Beef and from Tyson. And so, yeah, you got to wear your goddamn mask. You got to wear your goddamn gloves to break into these boxes because you don't know what the fuck you're touching.
Yeah.
So it's scary on that end.
Just wash your hands, sanitize, and don't touch your face.
Well, and that's where I'm at. Yeah, no, I'm not bashing Foster Farms or anything like that.
I just want their workers to be safe because trust me, they don't want to be doing what they're doing, especially in this time.
Yeah, let's eat. He's a local guy from where we're from. He mm-hmm. said Shank has Shank, and we get their hamburger patties and things like that from them. How many cases are at Shank?
I know there's 4 at their burger plant as of like 3 weeks ago.
Burger plant, because that's all we get is their fresh patties. Yeah.
But Travis, I gotta go to bed.
You gotta go to bed.
I'm hitting a wall soon. I just know.
Night time.
Well, I gotta wake. I just know. I know. I just know the hours of sleep I need to be.
No.
And the hours of sleep my son is going to get.
No, I agree 100%.